Hi, I'm Colin. In this video, we're going to talk about how to build a linear fire pit with a gas burner insert. Now, when you want to build a gas fire pit of any kind with an insert, you want to strongly take into account the dimensions of that insert unit and what type of blocks or materials it'll work better with. For our fire pit, we're using the Murata corner blocks. We found a nice linear insert that's going to fit perfectly with the inner dimensions of the fire pit that we're creating. You always want to think about your cut-in dimensions, your overall dimensions, if you are or aren't using a capstone that will sit on top of that metal unit, so on and so forth. The more planning you do, the better and more easily this fire pit will come together. Now, once we have a rough design and we've chosen our materials like our blocks and our fire pit burner unit, we can go ahead and start installing our base course. We're putting our base course and our entire fire pit on top of an existing concrete paver patio. You could do this on top of a concrete patio as well. There's a little bit of slope involved, of course, but it's not enough to make a huge difference. For our fire pit, we're doing 9 Murata corner blocks to create about a 48-inch inside dimension for our fire pit burner unit. It's a little bit wider than 48 inches, so we're going to space our blocks out and create about a 3/4 inch gap. But that's okay because we are going to cut those 2 blocks where the gap is to accommodate our vents, which are always recommended for a liquid propane or natural gas fire pit burner or grill of any kind. So now that our base course is set and cut in and we made sure that our burner unit will fit with the cut dimensions that we have created, we can glue and stack our second course. One thing you want to think about when gluing any blocks is the glue orientation. You want to do perpendicular lines to the length of your wall, that way you allow for drainage. You also want to avoid using large amounts of glue towards the outsides of the blocks, that way when you stack them on top of each other, it doesn't squeeze out to where you can see it. Aside from that, if you have a control valve unit, you want to make sure that you leave a couple of blocks unglued where you think this is going to go. That way you can pull out a block or two to modify those blocks or cut a notch in them to install this control valve. With our blocks stacked up and in place, we can now insert our burner and test the system. So we have a couple of different hoses here on the bottom. One's for our gas, for the burner, the safety, electronics. And we also have the propane line that's going to come from our propane tank. It's going to go on the bottom of this valve here. Basically, all you have to do is follow your manufacturer's instructions for setting this up, because I'm sure everybody's valve and controls are different. But once you have it all hooked up, you're going to want to test that system before you do your finish. After we finished hooking up our burner and testing our system, we took our propane tank and hid it inside of this nice tank cover / table, planted a couple chairs, and lit the burner to enjoy the fire pit. If you have any projects coming up this summer, whether you want to build a fire pit, fireplace, paver walkway, patio, or driveway, make sure you check out the YouTube videos we have on our channel, as well as the blogs on our website.